Welcome to League Treasurer Training. The Treasurer's main responsibility is to safeguard the League's money. League funds include league fees, membership dues, sponsor fees, banquet fees, special income, or any other funds the League collects. The Treasurer also keeps track of receipts for expenses and is responsible for the unavoidable paperwork associated with a well-run League. The Treasurer is empowered to handle bank deposits and withdrawals in the name of the League. The following lesson will guide you through what the duties of the League Treasurer are and how to do them in order for you to be successful. We've broken up this lesson into 5 sections: getting ready for leagues, weekly duties, financial responsibilities, bonding, burglary and holdup insurance, and season wrap-up. USBC rules require all leagues to have a bank account. The Treasurer works with the President to open an account. This account must be in the name of the League at an insured and recognized bank, credit union, or deposited within the Center's in-house banking service. The account must also be set up to have the monthly bank statement sent to the President for verification purposes. In conjunction with opening an account, the bank should require an Employee Identification Number, EIN. While some banks might open an account using a Social Security number, the safest thing to do is apply for an EIN. If you use a personal Social Security number, any interest earned will be attached to that number as income. To receive an EIN, complete Form SS4 available through the IRS. The form also can be completed and processed electronically at irs.gov. This form does not have to be filled out every year if the League continues. When you fill out the form, do not check nonprofit. Check View Additional Types, including tax-exempt and governmental organizations. Check Sports Teams, Community. The program will direct you through the next steps and assign a number. Now that you have the League's bank account open, you're ready to start collecting money. Pay envelopes are the most common way to collect and keep track of team fees. The League should check with the Center to see if they provide them. If not, the League should consider purchasing an adequate quantity. You will need an envelope for each team in the League. Prior to the first night of bowling, get with the League Secretary to get a list of the teams and who the team captain is. When you get this information, enter the team number and name along with the team captain's name on the front of the envelope. If you know who the members of the team are, you can also add that information to the inside of the envelope. Each week, the Treasurer is responsible for collecting fees, depositing funds, and paying the League's bills, including the lineage to the bowling center. As stated before, League fees are normally collected in a pay envelope. Each week, the League Treasurer needs to hand out each team its envelope so the team members can insert the appropriate fees and return the envelope back to you. Once you receive it, verify the amount in the envelope is what the team captain has reported has been paid. If there are any discrepancies, talk to the team captain before the night is over. If you wait until the next session, the captain may not remember what was put in. Keeping accurate records that you and the team captain can agree to is very important. Reconcile these envelopes regularly with the team captain, keeping them informed of any arrearages a teammate of theirs might have. Any member who has an arrearage above what League rules allow should be reported to the League President in order to enforce any rule the League may have adopted. What you do next depends upon what type of account you set up. The next 3 slides will take you through the process to follow based on the type of account you have. If you have set up a checking account, write a check to the Center for the lineage. According to USBC rules, all withdrawals, which include checks, must have signatures of 2 authorized officers. In addition, 2 members of an immediate family cannot co-sign for withdrawals. Members of an immediate family include mothers, daughters, sisters, wives, husbands, sons, brothers, fathers, stepsisters, stepbrothers, stepmothers, stepfathers, and in-laws. Now that lineage has been paid, you can take the envelopes home and prepare a deposit for the bank. According to USBC rules, deposits must be made within 7 days of receipt. Failure to have the money deposited within the time constraints null and void any burglary claim should the money be stolen. If you have set up a savings account, you will need to pay lineage with the funds you have received from the pay envelopes. Make sure you have counted the money in each team's envelope and count out the amount of money you need to pay lineage. Take the remaining amount home for deposit, making sure the money does get deposited into the league's bank account within 7 days. Finally, if you are using in-house banking, count all of the money from the envelopes and take it to the center for deposit. Each center will be different on exactly how this will be done, but all should be showing you how much of the money is going for lineage and what is being deposited for the league's prize fund. In addition to paying the lineage, the treasurer must also pay any other bills the league may have. These would include banquet costs, trophies, salaries, and membership dues. Membership dues are paid directly to the local association. The amount of dues depends upon the number of bowlers in the league and what type of membership they must purchase. The league secretary will have this information and inform you how much is needed. League memberships must be submitted within 30 days from the start of the league. Additional memberships collected throughout the season must also be submitted with payment to the association within 30 days of receipt. Memberships should be paid either by a league or cashier check or money order. Never submit cash for memberships through the mail. Should the association never receive the money, you would be responsible for paying the fees. While the treasurer is responsible for properly handling the funds, it is the president's responsibility to ensure the money is where it's supposed to be by verifying the account monthly. The treasurer must work with the president to make sure what he or she is verifying is accurate and can easily be done. Therefore, be sure to keep accurate records, all receipts, and the check ledger up to date. To help make the job easier, USBC has a league accounting form which can be found in the resource area where you started this course, or downloaded from the website www.bowl.com/rules. In addition, the league money is just that, the league's money. If any member of the league asks to view the financial records, they have that right. After all, part of that money is theirs. Another reason to keep your records accurate and up to date is because USBC Rule 102F Item 3, which requires the treasurer to furnish a current financial statement to each team captain on the request of the president or the board of directors. Should you receive such a request, having current and accurate information will make this request much easier. A financial statement must include all income received to date, any expenses to date, and the amount that is available for the league prize fund. A sample financial statement can also be found on our website, www.bowl.com/rules. According to USBC Rule 102C Item 5, the league president must appoint a prize committee to present one or more prize lists to the board of directors for consideration by the 5th week of the league. Your role is to calculate the amount of prize money available for payout. To do this, you must know the number of teams in the league, number of players per team, number of weeks bowling, and amount of prize money each member pays in weekly. Once you have those numbers, it is as easy as multiplying those figures together. For example, if we have an 8-team league with 5 players per team, bowling 34 weeks and paying in $5 per week into the prize fund, the calculation will be 8 times 5 times 34 times that $5, which equals $6,800. Added to this figure is any additional income that will be paid out as year-end prizes, like franchise or sponsor fees or additional prize money collections. Estimate conservatively. If you estimate high and have to decrease funds, league members may question the decrease in funds. Before giving the final figure to the prize committee, don't forget to subtract any approved expenses the league has agreed to take out of the prize fund, such as trophy costs, banquet costs, or miscellaneous expenses. You now have your estimated prize payout figure. Another duty of the president which affects the treasurer is the appointing of an audit committee. While the president verifies the bank balance monthly, the audit committee ensures the league's funds have been deposited and dispersed as directed, records have been accurately and completely kept, and expenses have been paid. This is normally done once per season and usually towards the end of the year. However, it can be done more than once and during any time of the league season. The items the treasurer should provide to the audit committee include lineage receipts showing number of bowlers paid for each week, league rules, account statements, other receipts for expenses paid, and team pay envelopes. A well-organized treasurer will have all of this information handy, so a complete and accurate audit can be done at any time and with little effort. Although the treasurer is not part of the committee, the treasurer must be available to answer questions they may have while completing this task. The USBC maintains a policy of bonding insurance for all officers of certified leagues. USBC leagues are automatically protected against $10,000 in misused funds provided the USBC bonding requirements are met. Misuse of funds is a shortage attributable to dishonesty by a league officer. If the league's prize or awards fund is going to exceed this amount, the total prize fund amount must be listed on the league application to receive additional coverage. The funds are also insured against loss by burglary and holdup when funds are taken from an officer or the center's messenger by violence or threat of violence or through the forcible entry into the premises or locked receptacle where the funds are kept. There must be visible evidence of forcible entry. The burglary and holdup insurance covers deposits of 1 week's receipts at any one time with a limit of $2,000 and withdrawals not to exceed an amount of $10,000 at any one time for a period of 7 days. In order to be a league treasurer and bondable under the USBC bonding, burglary, and holdup insurance policy, all treasurers must be a minimum of 18 years of age, be a member of USBC, not have been convicted of a felony, and not have misused USBC funds in the past.
As we stated earlier, the treasurer is responsible for safeguarding the league's money. The next few slides will go through some mistakes treasurers have made which resulted in money being taken and not being covered under USBC insurance.
If you count the league's money while bowling, do not leave the money on a table while you go and bowl without the money being surrounded by other league officers. Since the burglary policy requires that money be taken by violence or threat of violence, money left on a table that can be easily taken will not be covered. Once counted, keep the money out of view and out of reach of others. Keep the money with you if you decide to stay in the bowling center to enjoy some time with your friends after the league is over. Do not leave it unattended or put the money in your vehicle. When taking the money to the bank to be deposited or when withdrawing it at the end of the season for disbursement, do not make a stop and leave the money in the vehicle even for a second. If you have other errands to run, do them prior to receiving the money or after you have deposited the money. If you must make a stop, take the money with you. If your league has a prize fund in excess of $10,000, do not withdraw more than $10,000 at any one time. Since the burglary policy limits the amount covered to $10,000, only pay out $10,000 in cash and the remaining balance in checks. If the league members do not want checks, schedule separate payouts, keeping all payouts at $10,000 or less at any one time. Congratulations, you made it to the end of the season and now it is time to pay out the prize fund. In order to do this, you will need a copy of the approved prize list, envelopes to place the money in, and of course, the money. Remember, this is a withdrawal and per USBC rules, all withdrawals must have the signature of 2 authorized signers. You have the approved prize list, some envelopes to place the money in, and the money itself. Now, just place the correct amount of money into each envelope for each team being paid out. If you really want to impress the league members, pay out with the appropriate denominations so the team captain can easily split the money between his or her team members. Some of the league treasurer software comes with a program to easily and accurately accomplish this. Along with the prize money, the treasurer must distribute to each team captain a detailed financial statement showing all income received on behalf of the league, an accounting of all money dispersed, and the prizes distributed and list to whom they were awarded. The only difference between this financial statement and one done earlier in the year is this one will have the final exact numbers, and it will include a list of the prizes and who received those prizes. According to USBC Rule 102F Item 4, prizes must be distributed within 21 days after the end of the league schedule, unless the board has set another time for distribution. More times than not, the league schedules the prize payment to be either the last day of league or at its banquet, which is usually a week or two later. In what order and who disperses the prizes is up to the league officers to determine. However, one suggestion, if you want to keep the attention of the bowlers for the longest period possible, start out with the small amount, normally the individual and team high game and series awards. Once payment of the team placement money is handed out, normally you lose everyone's attention. Congratulations, payment is now complete and your job is officially done. However, you have all these financial records from this past season. You're cleaning out your briefcase, you want to throw them out, but can you? Well, according to USBC Rule 102F Item 7, all financial records must be kept for at least 1 year from the completion of the season. So hang on to them for next season or turn them over to the newly elected treasurer.